Okay, recording, yep. What's up, everybody? I'm Hunter13 here. Welcome to Shibuya Incident Arc for What If Yuji Was Part of the Gojo Clan Part 3. Now then, let's go ahead and get up to this. We start with the whole Mekamaru and Maito stuff. Which, because of Yuji being stronger here, Mekamaru survived like in the last What If. He... You know what's funny, like, sometimes, like, even though I have Mekamaru live, I forget the pure fact that he's still alive. Since, well, he wasn't part of the story no more. Like, I keep forgetting that he's not alive anymore. He's still alive. So, yeah, I won't forget this time, so he's gonna pop up in Shibuya. Actually, even though it won't matter the shit what he does, but... So, Mekamaru lives. Basically, my Junpei Yuji jump Maito and he runs. So, yeah, let's get to the Shibuya incident. Things go about the same. Again, all the parts until where Yuji and this time Junpei with him end up landing down. Now then, I don't think I need to explain on how and why Yuji absolutely demolishes this curse with him being a special grade. But yeah, one clean basically spin over his attack and followed by a reversal red, lays him out. Just lays the curse out and kills it immediately. This leads to Junpei and Yuji moving forward, basically rushing. Now, yes, during this time, this is when, Gojo is stilled, yada yada, we get to Yuji versus, and Junpei goes off to go look for Megami, while we get Yuji versus Choso. Now then, Choso's blood manipulation can't really get through Infinity, obviously. It kind of just reflects off, which leads to this close fight, since either of them could have won, being more in Yuji's favor, with Yuji blasting Choso with a couple of reds, along with sending him flying away with a blue through a couple of buildings. Well, not through a couple of buildings, through a couple of pillars. They ain't built like that in this timeline. Through a couple of probably sends him to the bathroom, and right when the two are about to clash again, some of Yuji's blood is getting to each other. Which, yada yada, false memories, they realize Choso leaves and Yuji passes out. Now, yes, this eventually leads to the girls finding Yuji, along with Jogo. But again, like my DBZ timeline, Sukuna doesn't take over. Yuji's strong enough to hold him back. Jogo realizes this way too soon, as the next thing he feels a reversal red, sending him flying. Now, I'm talking about like one the size of a ball, sending him basically flying out. With Yuji getting up, slightly disorientated, clutching his chest. He can feel it, and he can feel Sukuna trying to break free. As he talks to the two girls real quick, and with him acknowledging the fact that, that telling them that they'll do that, he'll do it to the best he can. Which again, I kind of also forgot that the two girls are still alive in this timeline, in the DBZ timeline. Which, just to correct that, and since, they really didn't bring much to the story anyway, they're still alive in the DBZ timeline, DBZ 1 too. Just say they were Yuji and Choso. They didn't leave with Kenjaku. So, yeah. So yeah, they were just with Yuji and Choso on that part. So yeah, after that, let's get into Yuji teleporting outside to meet Jogo, with the two coming to blows and clashing. And Yuji's kind of whooping his ass here. Jogo can't touch him, 1. 2, Yuji just outpowers him. sending him flying back. As while this is happening, Yuji spins over one of his attacks before delivering a knee to his stomach, then kicking him in the face before firing him back with a red and bringing him back with a blue. Only to then fire him back, except this time he ends up landing a punch, or in this case a black flash, sending Jogo flying into the air for Yuji to teleport and basically double hammer slam him down before again using another blue to pull him back up and fire at him with a red. Now Yuji is doing this for eventually sending Jogo down to a building as he lands, hoping that he didn't cause too much destruction. He basically feels his heart pumps ass while trying to fight it off even longer, starting to basically breathe heavily. He's out of breath and weak, with Jogo seeing this, blasting Yuji through a wall. Although, unfortunately for Jogo, this only leads to Sukuna finally being able to walk free. Now then, commits the ass whooping like in the original timeline. I mean, I guess the only difference here is that he does just test out what red and blue do. And he doesn't want to wait that long for Hollow Purple. So, yeah, he just tests out what red and blue do before finally shooting off a Fuga and cooking Jogo. Now then, the fight with Maharaga. This actually gives Sukuna an idea. As well, realizing that Maharaga could somewhat adapt to Yuji's infinity, it means he could do the same to Gojo. And thus, he makes sure he keeps his eyes on Megami. As well, his plan is in fruition now. So yeah, after nuking half a city, let's get on to it. Now then, let's get to Yuji watching Nanami get killed. That still goes the same. Yuji is basically dead tired in this timeline. This still leaves him beating the living shit out of Mahito before eventually shooting him through a pillar with a red. And this is when Nobara gets here with Junpei chasing Mahito down. Except Mahito's able to get his hand on Nobara, even though it's quickly cut off by Junpei, and then he's sent back by Yuji. Which Nobara then telling him, Yuji and Junpei, that it's been a great ride before. Now then, they're both phased by this, but Yuji, in all retaliation, starts basically pouring his using RCT and trying to pour all of that, RCT curse energy into Nobara. And he's actually doing this, pouring his cursed energy into her, as he can see with the six eyes that her vitals are becoming stable once again. I don't know, man. The six eyes are confusing, okay? He probably could, though. Seeing how a person works like that, so, yeah. Using the six eyes, he sees that the bar's curse energy is coming back. Her rupture organs are starting to slightly heal. Yuji's basically pouring every last bit of curse energy he can to make sure she doesn't die. And while, yes, it's a hassle with him telling Junpei to hold Mahito off, he starts to do it. Now then, let's get to Junpei versus Mahito. Mahito starts to attack Junpei only for his Shinigami to grab and swing him into the side, followed by Junpei delivering a couple of fast bows. Basically his goal right now is to just hold Mahito off until Yuji's done fixing Nobara. While this is happening, Todo finally pulls up with Aito. When they get down there, they say Junpei holding off Mahito and Yuji healing Nobara. Which Yuji finally removes his hands, breathing heavily, knowing that he did it, but he's even more of a weakened state now. With Aito and Todo asking what happened, with Yuji telling him exactly what. With him telling Aito, since he knows that Aito's support, he tells him that he's managed to he managed to fix. He used RCT as a way to help while yes, difficult, he used RCT, to basically fix Nabara. Fix her ruptured organs and everything on the sort. But telling him that that's the best he could do, he couldn't wake her. He couldn't heal her to the point where she'd wake up, and he's just asking him to get her out of here. Since, she's alive and breathing, he still thinks it would be better to get her to Shoko, since, she could definitely heal her better than him. And with that, Aito picks Nabara up before running. Running to, where the support is to take the sorceress to. Now then, time for the trip. Now then, during this fight, it's time for all four of the opponents here. Yeah, all four of the opponents here to release 120% of their power. With Mahito almost immediately transforms into his second form, since, even with Yuji's tired, he still has a good amount of curse energy left. I'd say about as much curse energy as he had in the canon timeline, if not just a bit more. As thanks to this, yes, even with his 6 eyes, he basically uses as much curse energy as possible to heal Nabara. So he's pretty winded right now. Now, Todo ends up clapping his hands to teleport Yuji behind Mahito to kick him away. Jesus. Time to come up with the fight scene. Now, yes, Mahito is, getting jumped as well. A red gets fired into his stomach to send him up, with Todo switching, with Yuji throwing a rock up there too, as Todo switches that with Junpei for Junpei to have a Shirigami wrap around Mahito and basically chuck him through a building, which Todo ends up swapping Yuji with basically ends up grabbing grabbing onto him to swap with Junpei. With Yuji landing on his feet for Todo to not only kick Yuji off, but Yuji to use his own force to jump off, flying after Mahito, to basically grab him and throw him back down to grab him and hit him with a point blank red, a reversal red, sending him flying, basically to the little ditch where they were, with Yuji slowly landing down. As he tells them that he's going to try Hollow Purple, but he needs time. And thus leads to Junpei and Todo to take him on once again by themselves, which Todo unfortunately losing his hand. And just as they hear... And with that, they hear Yuji scream move, as he screams out Hollow Purple. As the giant purple wave goes over, Mahito basically uses whatever he can to hopefully take the blast. And what's revealed of him is that, yes, he's back in his... He was basically cut in half from the purple, as Yuji couldn't pull on a full output one, or just... I say this to be a 50% purple. Yuji put almost everything he had into it, but Mahito starts to regenerate, but he's weakened as Yuji slowly walks toward him. As Mahito sees Yuji's shadow, except this time, instead of red eyes, they're purple, as his shadow starts to form into that of a monster, like it's ready to devour Mahito whole. And thus, we get the lovely Mahito running for his life, before eventually coming across Kenjaku, and, that happening. And, boom. Yuji's basically taken out of the fight at this point. He's used up almost everything he had today. Which leads to Urarame showing up and easily being able to put him down. Basically bring him down. As yes, Yuji's a physical monster, but again, i.e. Sukuna purposely using his cursed energy out for just fun, along with having to use his own cursed energy to suppress Sukuna. Then pouring most of his cursed energy into using RCT for Nabara. And then that final Hollow Purple, which he put out as much strength as he could right now, basically took him out. So right now, Yuji is basically done. Which leads Urarame to show up and bring him down, which leads to Todo coming up and telling him that Yuji, their brothers, with him telling him that he knows. Which the whole Noshitori Kamo thing goes like normal, and yeah, which then leads to Kenjaku escaping. As, yeah, with this we see, well, basically everyone, like in canon, except this time, Miwa's with, Mekamaru on that bus train, so, oh yeah, she's upset that she basically can't be a sorcerer again. He's basically coming with her. As well, this is kind of his way out of this life, and he's taking it. Basically going with Miwa as his chance of, well, getting out of this life. And thus, he's taking that chance. And, for, purpose sake, let's just say, this also happened in, Dragon Ball Z one. That way, so I don't have to evolve these two again. And, so yeah, they get to go live on happy. So yeah. And with this, we see Yuji standing out front before clapping his hands together for two curse spirits to pop out of the ground. They're quickly killed. Along with the fact that he has Shoso and Junpei by his side. And with this, we switch over to somewhere. As we see a man with black hair and a white legs. I don't know what you would call this jacket, coat, whatever, in black. But he also has black pants. As he tells the higher ups that he will kill Yuji Itadori. And with that, we end part 3 off right there. So yeah, with that, Marn,